something here. Good evening, YouTube. Well, after being in an ungodly amount of pain for the last few days, um, the, the two operations were a success. But boy, I finally am out in my spot and been able to hang out in the night, the night air, the night weather. Um, it's one thing I like about my yard. It's very peaceful. It's very peaceful, very quaint, and I appreciate it. But I wanted to get some relaxation. One thing the doctor didn't tell me, one thing he didn't tell me was, you know, the pressure from the pressure from my small intestines pushing up on everything. Boy, the pain was astronomical. For those that don't know, I've got four meshes, like it's like a mesh to hold back hernias. Got four meshes in me, one in my abdomen and three in my stomach. Them three in my stomach or in the area where your core is. So every time you got to get up, you have to push on that area for when if I have to cough or laugh. Oh my God, talk about painful. Um, it is what it is. But finally, finally today, got a lot of the pressure off of my abdomen. And how would you say that? I took me like a quarter bottle of castor oil, and then later on that evening I got some more yesterday. Cleaned me out, and boy, I mean the pressure is. I feel a lot better, but it's still very painful. But it is what it is. I tried to do a premiere, totally screwed it up because I was like talking about lawn care, about my yard. I'm gonna change it around, and how I screwed it up. Okay, let's try that again. This yard used to be Xeon Zoysia. What happened was I okay, I might as well just talk about it and get it out of the way. I didn't know nothing about grass when I first started. That's why, I started the name Can't Stop Walking But Love Mowing and Cruising. Because it became a really rough situation. I remember I did no homework, but I went and bought a pallet of Bermuda grass and I dumped it right in the middle, right there. Just dumped it on top of all the crabgrass or whatever. And it's so funny. I dumped it on top of the crabgrass, and I literally didn't water it. Got back on the road, came back home, and all I had was yellow grass. I was heartbroken, but I didn't do my homework. And I just went through a whole time of, Instead of doing my homework, instead of learning about grass, I did just the opposite. I just kept on. I didn't even get on YouTube. Didn't realize that one, Bermuda grass ain't gonna work here. But I kept on trying. I was like, well, it's the cheaper grass. It's got to work because it's cheap grass. It got to work. No, but I sat there, pallet Bermuda right there, pallet of Bermuda right there, pallet of Bermuda up there. So I've spent more tons of freaking money. That used to be a crater right there. Fill that in, and I tried all northern grass. You know, I had this moment where I was bragging about how many times I've actually destroyed my lawn. Not destroyed it, but killed it off. And not doing any homework, not realizing all these trees. If all those trees, only a certain thing's gonna grow here. Turns out the only thing works here is Xeon zoysia. I believe it's Xeon. Don't quote me on that. The only thing that works here, so I've been plugging, and as usual, I didn't even do that right. They're too far apart. So I gotta start getting them closer. I gotta get the plugs closer in together. So I'm gonna be adding. But that Xeon zoysia, that grass is expensive, bro. It's expensive. And like a pallet of Xeon zoysia is like dang near $400 if you get the good stuff, like super solid, real thick stuff. But what I learned is, I'm learning at the end of the season. The season is actually almost over. Excuse me. The season is almost over, and the sod's going to be going dormant. Hold on 1 second. I mean, you can still plug it while the sod's dormant, but you can't get no deals. It's going to look dead as a doornail. But what I learned is like Bermuda, Xeon, and Centipede. Man, that stuff could be dead. What they do is they'll buy a whole flatbed and say it's fresh, but it's been sitting there a week and a half. A good week and a half. It's all rolled up. It's not got no sun on it, and what that does, it kills off the grass, but it doesn't kill off the roots. So if you then they'll sell it for oh man, they'll sell it for pennies on the dollar. Like I got two rolls, like strips, spread them out because I got so mad. There was like all this crabgrass right there. I just killed it off, and right over here. And hey, I bring it. I finally like almost out of being zonked out for a couple of days. I just wanted to talk, get my mind out. Hey, sheet. But the sod, what these like it's called Super Sod. They're a real good company. And what I'm doing, I figured out. I wish I'd have knew that earlier this year. But I'm getting ready for next year. The next year's growing season is you wait for them to order it, give them a week, and then come back and say, "Hey, what you got on clearance?" And they've got sod that's been rolled up and sitting in their bins for a good week and a half, and it's almost dead. Bougie people they don't want that stuff. They don't want that stuff, but you can bring that stuff back to life. And that's yeah, no, it's delicate, but you can bring it back to life. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna show you a prime example. Give me a minute to stand up. I know I'm in the dark, but finally got the energy to walk around. Now, over here, let me see. I got my flashlight in here somewhere. See, people don't realize, these YouTubers, oh, I did this and I did that. And they don't realize it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to do what they want done. Okay, well, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what I did and what I learned. See, because like right here, I did like a checkerboard with cut up pieces, but they're too far apart. It's going to take forever for that to come back. Yeah. So I'm going to be, moving that closer. Okay. Do you see how green this grass is? Right here? That used to look like that. Whiter than that. Okay. This right here, all of that is Xeon zoysia that was dead. And it's coming back to life. This right here, all that centipede coming back to life. Better yet, when I'm finished, this right here, that's Bermuda. Look how green that is. And I got all this stuff, pennies on the dollar. Look at that. Look how green that is. Pennies on the dollar. But you got to spend money on water. So I'm going to actually throw some water on this right now. Like this right here. See all that? That's about $400 right there. At full price. Guess how much I paid? $65. Hey, you can't afford it. And you just got to keep throwing water on it. It's going to come back. My only thing is, I got about a month before it goes dormant again for the winter. So I got to get it as green as possible. And then after that, because this is, if you're ever looking for a remote hunter, well, that's the one to water your stuff. And then, but see, all of this right here, see this right through here was nothing but roots and a river. When it rains, a river will come through it. I've dug all of this up and put a pipe down here. I'm gonna put another one to make it better. And see, all it is, if you go back and look, I leveled most of this out with shredded wood chips from a wood company that they'll dump it in your yard for free. And the thing is, when you go get topsoil, all of that stuff is nothing but shredded wood chips. They just stain it black. So, look, this used to be, up and down, lumpy or whatever. So, I'm just, if you're going to have, if you're going to have a hobby or whatever, my thing, oh God, there's a frog. If you're going to have a hobby, you got to start learning how to work within your parameters, of what you can afford. And I just been struggling for years to I just been struggling for years just to figure out. I've used it's so funny. I finally realized that Xeon Zoysia is the stuff that works in my yard, but I was holding off because it's so expensive. So now next year, next growing season, I'm going to start buying. I'm going to wait, you know, and check in and see, what's good, what's old, and bring it back to life like I'm doing over there and what I did earlier this month, and refill this yard back up, you know. Because when I started doing YouTube, I was just doing it, not looking at the money. And now I got to start looking at the money because, you know, I wasted so much money on stuff that I knew wasn't gonna work. But I was like, I gotta try. You know what I'm saying? I gotta try. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Knowing it wasn't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Knowing is not gonna work. But now I know what's working. I gotta build on it. Cause guys, I got really expensive lawnmowers. I don't want to be cutting dirt. I want to enjoy mowing the lawn. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing right now. But we're also relaxing and enjoying um just like you see how slow I'm walking. I'm still in a lot of pain, but it's a lot less than it was Friday. And if I could give anybody advice, man, just know growing old sucks. Take care of your body. Keep up with yourself. Ask what's going on with you. You got to get stuff done to take care of yourself. Ask questions because you know um, you think you're Superman. You're not Superman anymore. You know what I mean? You're not. But I like my hobbies, but now reality's kicking in. Um, I like doing small engines, but reality's kicking in. I had two companies reach out to me. I don't get it. They reached out to me. One was a robotic lawnmower company, and I ain't never heard back from them. And why you call me? You know what I'm saying? Why you call me? One of the lawnmowers is like $1,000 lawnmower. You set it up. I'm gonna be free for a month. That I could have set it up and did. Why you call me? But I'm dedicated to making my yard better. It's just like a lot of y'all, a lot of you guys, you're dedicated to your channels. I'm going back to my roots. And I'm going back because the thing is, I have so much fun being frugal about it. Like you see why I showed you that grass. See how green it is? Even though I'm showing you in the dark, it's still green. It wasn't green before. It wasn't green before. So when you start seeing that you can get something on a discount, you just gotta wait it out. Man, please watch me. And then come spring next year, I'm gonna be renting a top dresser, or I might buy one if I can get a good, if I can get a deal at the auction. If I can get a deal at the auction, I might buy one. But I'm gonna be saving up for it. I gotta stop throwing stuff on credit cards. You know. But one of the things we always look about, you always look, um, you always hear these women say, "What's a real man?" A real man likes his grass to look really good. And I've been struggling for years, and I'm so dedicated to get to that point. Now I've learned that all of these, see, Xeon Zoys, one thing you got to know, you can't put that to seed. It's not going to work. It's really hard. You got to do plugs. I got one spot. It's dark, so I can't show you right now. But I, it started out yellow as all get out. But boy, I don't know what I did. I wish I could remember what I did in that area. And if I could put that on my whole lawn, oh man, you just don't know what I would do. But we're going to that's the thing. I'm going to figure this out. And, excuse me, that's the main thing. Once you start figuring this stuff out, once you start figuring it out, that's the main, um, the main question to life itself. Once I start figuring stuff out, you know, um, I was terrified when they told me, I got to go under the knife. But this new technology, man, robotic surgery, and they literally went through, I got like 3 holes in my stomach. They literally went through it, and boy, I've like, I'm looking like I was pregnant, and my, stomach is spazzing. The spasms were painful, but the biggest hernia I had was about as big as my fist, and he had originally put it on the outside. He went back in and put it on the inside and put the other ones. And I have more of a appreciation because the doctors and the nurses were just phenomenal at Emory down here in Georgia. Just freaking phenomenal. But I remember, I think it was you. I bring it. You was talking about having a bucket list. Well, I just checked off another thing on my bucket list. The wife just booked. We're going to be going. We're going to be going on. We're going to Alaska on Carnival Cruise Lines. We're going to Alaska. Well, we're going a little cheap. We're going a little cheap. We're going taking the inside room. But I'm going to be doing a lot of videos from the top deck, looking at a lot of um, the scenery and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to go to Alaska, so I think I'd like to see either whale watching or go to the glacier. So we're going to be doing stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm lazy. I'm just being honest. I'm lazy. I could care less. But that woman, my wife, she's done so much for me in my life. I want her home to look decent. I want her home to be an awesome home. That's why if you look, when I was showing you the back, that area. Let's see. It's gonna be a little dark, but that area over there, I want to, like an area, put some gravel pit over there, and have an area where I can, you know, entertain. I want to have a big barbecue pit. I want to have a big fryer. I don't need a big fryer. Don't even need it, but I want one. I want a big fryer. I want a big flat top grill. They say get this stupid Blackstone. I ain't getting a Blackstone. I'm getting a real flat top grill. You know. And I want to get a big wok that you can do outside. I got a broiler, and I want to just enjoy. Okay, thanks for coming by. I bring it. Um, I want to enjoy that. Look like right now. Like I said, I've been in so much excruciating pain. I just thought I'd come out and relax out in my spot. This is my spot. It's funny. A lot of people don't like to sit in the dark, but this is my driveway. This is my home. I'm not afraid to sit in my damn, in my home. You know what I mean? Um, but that's the crazy thing. I've been off of YouTube for a couple of days. Man, that's like a death touch when you don't when you don't do YouTube for a couple of days. Geez, live weed. It like it brings your stuff down. Man, but that's okay. I mean, I tried to do it the other day, and I was so zonked out on painkillers, and I was like, this ain't working. People go miss. People go miss what? Um, like I said, I'm waiting for my short-term disability to kick in, but just in case, I got some. I got some stock. I got 100 shares. I'm gonna sell 50. I'll sell 50 tomorrow, and because like I said, I try. You got to keep up with your bills, man. Yeah, yeah, I know. And that's the thing, man. It's everybody's trying to do YouTube because they're trying to get rich. They're trying to make money. Not me. I'll be honest with you. YouTube has become a part of my life now. It's become a part of my life. You guys are actually my YouTube friends. It's people I get to talk to, people I get to complain with, throw rants up, and the whole 9 yards. It's freaking crazy. It's like right now, I can't because of where I got this meshes installed in my stomach. I can't sleep in the bed because you're trying to get out of that bed. Oh my god! Because where the meshes are that they put in my stomach is real my core area. And you don't realize you need your core to get up and down. So that's why I stay in the I've been sleeping on my recliner. I think I'm gonna stay there for a couple more days. LOL. You know, a buddy of mine, actually my best friend, his wife went to visit her daughter down in the Carolinas. She's in the military, and she started, thinking that she wanted to move down to the Carolinas to be close to her daughter. And I was just telling her, there's a whole difference between, like, you see me sitting, I'm sitting in the dark, and you can hear the bugs in the background, but this is so peaceful compared to certain places in, the world, like living in New York and stuff like that. All right, Kenneth. Thanks for coming by, bro. Places like this is so peaceful. But man, I got a cough. But boy, you talk about painful. Talk about freaking painful. But I know what I need to do. I'm gonna do a video. So I'm gonna do tomorrow. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, bro. You know, let's talk even more than that. A country life, but a less stressful life. You know, you be, Sheen, you know what I'm talking about. You get in these lives where these folks, they they saying there's nothing's wrong with them, but you can see there's a lot of pain. Oh, I don't need a man. I don't need a woman. I don't need this, and I do this and blah blah blah. I don't need. Okay, when you really don't need nobody, you don't be broadcasting. You don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to broadcast. You don't need nobody. And everything's a fight. You know, I'm the prize. No, when you say you the prize, you ain't nothing. Let's see. The Athens, Georgia. What? I guess what you thinking of going up there because you get some land or something? I like this place, but I would love to. I'd love to get an acre or two, and not for anything. It would just to be to buy more equipment that I don't need, that I freaking don't need. You know, I finally decided probably after January, I'm gonna start doing a side hustle. I'm actually gonna save up for it and buy a lawnmower, fix it up, repair it. Don't be a little girl and set it up for sale and keep that price. Only drop it a couple of $100 because I've brought 3 or 4 lawnmowers back to life and didn't make no money on it because I was scared that nobody would want it. Okay, then I'll just keep it. Shoot, at one point I had 7 lawnmowers in here. Right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 lawnmowers and 2 aerators. So I mean I'm good. Oh, no, right now, I'm just self-learned. I've just been getting lucky. Got to do my homework on a lot of this stuff. That's why they say, well, if you get a job that you like, when you get a job that you like what you do, when you enjoy it, it ain't a job no more. I wish I would have did that. I wish I would have did that. See, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do. Um, I, you know what it is. You know what it is. She is. My father was a mechanic, and I wish I would have. I wish I would have learned something from him. But the problem with that is, my father was very self-centered. He thought that everybody was stupid, and he didn't realize I had the same personality that he had, and we clashed a whole lot. And I just didn't want to be bothered. But when I started doing this, when I first started the channel and I first started buying stuff at the auction, buying the John Deere real mower. Oh my God, bro, that thing you need an engineering degree to fix that thing, and I fixed it with a $9 part. Um, Real mower. I had to buy another mower to get a part off of it to fix it. I bought two core aerators, and I fixed both of them. And I was so excited I got the engine running that I was literally, it's crazy. I was literally in tears, screaming, "Daddy, I did it!" My father passed away years ago, so I realized that I was holding on to some hurt that I wish I would have learned something from the old man about engines and stuff like that. I'm going to be looking. Uh, I'm literally a million mile driver right now. But technically, I got like 80,000 miles with this company. Once I get those 80,000 miles, I get a bonus check. Well, after that bonus check, I might be looking to get something local or something home on the weekends, so that I could start looking into getting getting and doing something that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? It's really, with me, it's really not about the money. It's about doing something that I can enjoy, something that I can find fun in doing. But I got to learn to start having a side hustle too. You know what I mean? When I start learning how to have a side hustle, brother, then other stuff's gonna start kicking in. Other stuff's gonna start happening. Other stuff is, that's when, other stuff is going to start, coming into, what's the word, what's that, fruition. You got to, hold on one second. I need both my hands to stand up. See. Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. I don't know whatever this doctor did, but Sorry. Something was pushing on my bladder, making me have to go so much. And then the last 4 days, I haven't had to go. So, this guy, he must have did something. He must have fixed something. So, look here. I count it a blessing, and I'm not complaining. Promise you. I'm not complaining. I'm gonna get rid of all this. So I put that down because when I'm walking around, I gotta hold my stomach and everything else. Jesus, you know. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? I'm just out here talking. Kind of missed you guys. Kind of missed y'all. You know. But I think either maybe tomorrow I'm gonna get out here and start walking again. Get the blood churning. Get the blood doing whatever it need to do. Hold on 1 second. That's the one thing about getting this stuff done. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this grass to root. One, I'm trying to get it to root. Trying to get it as green as I can get it before it starts going dormant for next year. Cause next year, brother, we going full tilt boogie on the lawn care. I'm gonna have me one heck of a green lawn by any means necessary next year. But we're gonna get that done. We got some cruises coming up. One is March of the Oasis of the Seas, and two is another small boat. I got to see where that one is, where we're going in January, and then we're going to Alaska in July. I thank God for my cruise friends, Charles and Cynthia, because that's when you know you got really straight cruise partners. When your cruise buddy calls you up and says, "Look, hey, we just booked this cruise. Y'all want to go?" Hold up. Let me ask the wife. Next thing you know, guess what? We coming. You the shit. Because now she's checking out what to do, and because we're flying out to Washington State. Then it's gonna be our first time going into Canada, and after Canada, yeah, exactly, bro. Now, but you know what? With the walking, it actually helps. The walking actually helps the pain. Isn't that crazy? It actually helps the pain. Cause like, I mean, right now you see me sipping. I'm sipping some wine. That ain't water, brother. And but right now, let's just show you something. See, that's still a good truck. It's got a rebuilt transmission. Um, I'm gonna give that truck to my son, and the bonus check that I get from night, I'm either gonna get an F-250 long bed, an older model. I'm not trying to get these new ones. They want $100,000. They on crack. An F-250 or an F-350 dually diesel, and that's gonna be my last truck. But I'm gonna have something strong enough to pull a trailer. So like you said, like you said, I'm gonna have something because I'm always these companies where you buy like a shirt or whatever, and then you put in a raffle. Man, I might win them. You get a new truck, get a 500 or a 350, and you get a trailer with a skid steer. Let me get something like that, boy. I'm gonna rent that crap out. I have me some kind of rental business. I like to buy like some of these Asian small type of vehicles and stuff like that you can do yard work and stuff. I find so much enjoyment in that. There's so much enjoyment, you know. And it's so funny, like you said, that's part of my name. But I've lived such a miserable life for so long, she that I finally found enjoyment in something. Working, working to get that lawn going in the front and the back. But I made it into fun. I made it into something where, okay, I destroyed the lawn, let me rebuild it. And what I did was, because the front, if you look, you see, I don't know if you can see it in the dark. In the dark. But if you look way up there, it was, the asphalt was like going straight to the driveway. So when it rained, water would come down, go that way, across, and erode. There was, when we first moved in, there was a hole about as big as a pickup truck right there. And it was years of erosion, eroded away the whole front yard. And nobody took care of it. I got up there with a sledgehammer, and knocked all that asphalt out. So when it rains, it keeps on going that way and doesn't come down my driveway and erode it. So, I've been learning slowly but surely how to fix my property. This place was never graded correctly. See this wall right here? On a strong rain, water comes flowing right over that wall right there. Comes down there, goes down that way, and would go, it caused a crater down there. You can look on my, you can look in my shorts way back when you can see there's a river running through there. What I did was, I dug all that up and put like a drain. There's a drain on the other side of this pickup truck, but I'm gonna get a bigger one and install that and add another pipe to it and slowly start digging that way. And I'm gonna have two pipes to drain it. I'm going one way or another. This is for my forever home, and I'm gonna get it going to the point where it's my forever home, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. I'm gonna figure it out. But once I figure it out, man, watch out, bro. I promise you. Once I figure it out, watch out. That's all I gotta say. Once I figure it out, watch out. And once I figure out, you know, um, the ins and outs, it's gonna be freaking awesome. You know, like I said, being part of the planning community. See all that right there? That's nothing but a big behind grapevine. Next year, like this winter, I'm gonna trim that up. I'm gonna cut it down a little bit so it'll be. You just keep building up on that. You got to. What's the magic word? You just got to keep building. So I was thinking like that. Got to do some painting, so I'm gonna get me a paint gun. I'll figure that out. You know, that's next on the list. We're gonna figure that the heck out. But I'm so happy that it's not. Whew, it's not hot or it's not cold. Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop some perennial rye in this area. Get me some green grass for the winter. Probably tomorrow. I got a whole bag. I might go to Tractor Supply, get another bag, and drop me some perennial rye. Let that grow up. So I have me a nice green grass during the winter, and we'll see how that goes. You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut down. I just had a little fun. I thought I'd get out here and just talk and slap some gums for a minute. Oh, the light went on for a minute. Ain't that crazy? I'm going to check in the back, see if that water's still on. And might throw some water up here, but no, I think I better leave that alone. But thanks you guys for hanging in there with me tonight, and the guys that coming on the remix. Let you know you guys appreciate it, greatly appreciate it. And as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, know that God loves you. I love you. Y'all have a blessed evening. And I will see y'all bright and early tomorrow.